The shift that made me profitable had nothing to do with my strategy. So I learned everything diligently. I knew all technicals, fair value gaps, order blocks, market structure. I knew everything, but I was still unable to get consistent results. And the reason was there was something underneath the strategy, and it was an internal issue that I was having with myself. And this is what was holding me back. So, in this video, we're going to go through what that internal subconscious block was, and maybe it's something that you can work on so that you can start to advance and have your breakthroughs in trading. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and like and subscribe and drop a comment below so this can help the algorithm get boosted and this video message will get out to more traders like you. So let's get started. So I would be learning a strategy. I spent probably a full year going through all of the ICT videos and learning everything there back in 2022 when it first came available. And I learned everything. And then also, I was following influencers, top traders, and going on the live trades with them and taking the same trades. But I would manage to somehow screw up the trade, and the mentor, the guy giving the signal, would succeed. And we're both in the same trade. So I got really curious what was going on. And I knew that it was me that was messing up the trade. And so this really was bugging me for a long time. And I had no idea what it was. One day I went to the shopping mall and I was walking around the shopping mall with my hands in my pocket. Or when I would go into a shop and look at something, I would be standing there with my arms crossed. And what I didn't realize was that I was having a subconscious reaction to spending money, or my relationship to money at that time was pretty bad. And so I was basically in this scarcity or lack mindset, subconscious mindset, which was making me react that way. Hands in the pocket, going into a shop, standing, looking at a car with looking at nice cars and standing there with your arms crossed. It's a negative limiting belief that is subconsciously programmed into you. And by the grace of God, I just had an idea. I noticed myself doing this and I said, why am I doing this? Because I can go for a hike, I can go walk in nature and never cross my arms. I could be at the beach and I won't be having my hands in my pocket, or be out in nature completely calm. But then when I go into an environment where money has to be spent and I don't have money there, I'm reacting in this way. So I thought, I think there's a connection there. And then I realized that there was a subconscious connection there. And that was the moment that I started working on my subconscious reprogramming. It wasn't the strategy anymore, it was me. And maybe it's you too, and you don't know it. And there is no psychology, trading psychologist, or any channel out there that is talking about this and telling you this. You are hearing this here first, right, from me. And I'm telling you that it is a negative relationship, a negative subconscious program that's running, that's making you mess up your trades, making you second guess your trades, or making you have fear of losing your trade, or making you not be able to let your profits run one way or another, you're going to find a way to mess up your trades. And you could be taking the same trade as your mentor and you'll mess it up. It's a negative program that's running. And so that's when I started learning about reprogramming my internal state. And through doing that, that's how I was able to change my results and start to see profits and become consistent in a relatively short amount of time. It was like a light bulb moment that clicked. And that was my final aha moment that gave me the breakthrough that I needed. And that's probably where you're at, right? You're doing everything correct, but you're still not winning. It's because you have the final part of the equation, the emotion, the psychology that you didn't think was important, but actually is the most important. It's actually makes 90% of the entire equation. The strategy is only 10%. Let's say you have a 100% win rate strategy and you give that to a monkey. Do you think the monkey is going to be able to trade? No, because the state of consciousness, their programming, it's just not what it needs to be in order to carry out the trade. You understand? So that's how important mindset is. And then there are, and this makes me laugh, but there are gurus or traders out there that poo poo on psychology and say, oh, if your strategy is good, then you don't need to worry about psychology. You have to understand that these people are trading an edge and they have their psychology in a good place without knowing that they have it in a good place because they grew up with it, right? So they had this good programming that they were raised with from a young age. And then when they started trading, it was just a lot easier. That's why some people can start trading and become really successful in a shorter amount of time because they don't have to fight this subconscious programming. And then some people take longer. And then when they figure out the final stage that it's psychology, then that's when they have their breakthrough. Do you understand? So the people that say psychology is not important are people that have good psychology already without knowing it. And then the people that do say psychology is important are people like you and me that realized that it was a problem and they had to do the internal work. And then because they've done the internal work, they can come to appreciate it and then they don't poo poo on it. Do you understand? So I had the epiphany and then I started working on my internal state, doing the shadow work, reprogramming my mind. And to reprogram yourself, it usually takes between 21 to 90 days. The longer, the better. Depends how much garbage you have and how much work you need to do. But generally, you can reprogram and clear out the negative beliefs because your brain has two parts. You have subconscious and conscious, right? So your conscious mind saying, I want to make money, I want to be a good trader. Yeah, those are the good intentions, right? But that's 10%. And then there's 90%, which is your subconscious. And most people's subconscious is negatively programmed. And that's making them make bad decisions like the scarcity, the lack. Just make this experiment. Go walk into a Rolex shop and see how you react. Do you put your hands in your pocket? Do you stand there crossing your arms? If you do, then maybe you have a negative subconscious program running in the background without you knowing. Go to a car showroom and see how you react. Do you understand? Because these are going to make you do things without you wanting to. It's like, hey, why did I just put my hands in my pocket? Why am I going into this defense mode? Because there's something working against you, trying to protect your ego in the background. Do you understand? It doesn't want to like bring you to the realization that you cannot afford something because then it's gonna hurt your ego. It's trying to protect you. So these are real things happening without you knowing. And the sooner you can deal with this and clear this, then the sooner you can move on with the rest of your life. And the sooner you'll improve your trading. And so nobody's really talking about that. And you heard it here first. So I want to bring your attention to it because I know where you're at. You know all the stuff. You've watched all your videos and you've done your back testing. You've probably got thousands of hours and still you're not succeeding. It's your mindset. It's your subconscious programming. That's the breakthrough shift that you need to have. You don't need another strategy, right? If you're interested in reprogramming your subconscious mind for your trading and you want to go deep, then check out the first link in the description. This is what we do. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe and drop a comment below and let me know what's holding you back or what kind of breakthroughs you're having in your trading. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye.